It's like in 2021, they were like, that man tried to kill me. Now in 2026, hey man, you remember that time you tried to kill me, bro?
Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm your boy Junior, joined by my boys Mark and Ivan. Boys,
yeah,
we raced at the Red Bull Ring.
Red
Bull Ring. Red Bull Wing. Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Mark isn't so happy with the way the race went in Austria this weekend.
A race happened?
Ivan isn't so happy with the way the race happened.
I was fucking blackout drunk in the middle of a fucking bar.
Dude, when you have to hear in the morning time, hey, the bar's not open yet, man. It's not 10 a.m. and you're trying to order a drink. That should tell you how your day's going so far already.
Man, it's an early race here in Houston. We gotta follow the rules. I know you can't day drink if you don't start drinking early, but dang. No, it was a bit of a snoozer. I think it's safe to say this race had little to no excitement outside of Max versus Lewis in lap 11, I think it was, and then Max versus Lewis again in lap 22.
Yeah,
and then after that, it was just a race to the finish line.
The F1 version of the Shield.
Yeah, it was. We keep getting it back, man. Flashbacks to 2021. We've had a few moments already this season where we've got to see Max versus Lewis again.
Yeah,
fighting for podium spots. They're not fighting for the win, but they're fighting for podium spots. It's been fun to watch, man.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fun to watch. I mean, it's always good to see those two tangle now that they're besties, not really trying to kill each other anymore.
They're like the dads of the paddock now after last year's rookie group.
Unk still got it, Yeah. They're battling. It's always fun to see. Unfortunately, when your so-called upgrades don't work and then your strategy fucks you, exactly, can't really do much. But yeah, always fun to see. You know? Always fun to see some chaos too.
It's fun to see them go at it. Obviously, everybody goes back to 2021, but my favorite part about them is they both know each other so well now.
Yeah.
They both know, oh, he's not going to give me any leeway. Yeah. I'm not going to give him any leeway.
And you can see it in the racing.
I got to bring this up. When they were doing that move and Lewis made that move and Max was like on the radio, surely that's a penalty. I literally looked at Ivan. We're at the watch party and I did the LeBron meme. Anybody but you. Anybody but you. No,
I think it's funny too because a lot of people took it like very literal. I think most people can agree. Like Max was just like, hey, let's at least make the stewards look at it. But we all know Max would have done the exact same thing. And Lewis even said it afterwards. He goes, can't go around the outside of a champion and expect him to give you space like that.
Exactly.
I wouldn't expect the same from him. They both laughed about it. And we also that clip post-race media. They laughed, shook each other's hands, said, hey, good race. It was fun. They had a good time. It's fun to see them having such a good time now compared to 2021 when they were just trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
But to see them there's that mutual respect now. It's like,
yeah, hey,
we know we're the best two out here on this fucking track right now. We might not be fighting for a win, but it's fun when we get to tango,
Yeah.
It's funny. They're going to go. It's like in 2021, they were like, that man tried to kill me. Now in 2026, hey man, you remember that time you tried to kill me, bro?
Yeah. It's like when you you and your little brother or you and your cousin or your best friend, y'all get in a fist fight. Y'all still stay cool, and years later, you're like, you remember that time we remember
that time I threw you off the fucking roof?
Yeah, remember that time I drop kicked you
right
off the porch or something? You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get from them now, and it's so fun to see their talks after the race, their battles during the race, the radios,
yeah.
You can even hear it in Max's voice. He was like, that's a penalty for sure, right? And then when nothing comes of it, there was nothing else.
Right.
It's like, hey, let's make the stewards look at it and maybe we get something, but we both know, at the end of the day,
nothing comes out of that.
Ain't nothing's coming out of that. But outside of that, we had no excitement.
No.
The Cadillacs were on fire.
Literally.
Both of them they decided to have the side quest of who wanted to burn up more of the car. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they brought these upgrades, and then it was just that was a problem coming into the weekend, and immediately it showed during the practices.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it was a hot weekend out there.
Yeah.
I know that was the big thing, is everybody kept saying it was a hot weekend. Brakes were gonna have a hard time cooling. Tires were gonna have a hard time cooling. Deg was going to be high. I mean, it was a 2-stop race for pretty much everyone.
For Ferrari, it was a 3-stop.
Ferrari was a 3-stop.
They wanted to go for 4. Nobody can break that idea out of my head.
I think they said, let's see how many we can get and still try to fight for a podium.
That soft tire stint, we'll get into it fully, but that soft tire stint by Lewis was one of the dumbest stints I've ever seen. It was 20 laps to see if we can make the soft tires last when the medium tires have barely lasted 20 laps. And
I think I saw it was they went on a stint on mediums for 14 laps, and then they went on a stint for softs for 21 laps. And it was like, where does that make sense? Why?
Nope.
What are we doing? If there's one thing Ferrari's gonna do, it's gonna be fuck up a strategy. Speaking of Ferrari, Charles, Mark.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know, man.
He's just fucking mentally not there.
Yeah,
he's not performing. He had the pole. The FIA took that away. Imagine, but you know what? It saved him the pain from going from first down to fucking fourth.
Yeah.
So at least he was second, and then happened. Oh, I fallen. But yeah, he's just not right in the head right now. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what he needs to change. These regs have obviously not been nice to him. Obviously, he's not adapted well, but it doesn't fit his driving style. So, I mean, what is there to say, man? It's so weird.
It's weird because I think me and you both had Charles. Our early season predictions was he was going to be driver's champion. Hopefully,
Ferraris looked fast. We knew Ferrari's probably going to be the second fastest team.
Their fast starts. We thought he was going to be fighting, but
mentality's not there. The regs haven't been nice to him.
The card isn't there every weekend.
No, so yeah, it's just a mixture of all that. I'm hoping he can get a bounce back this weekend. We have more racing with the sprint weekend, so I don't know. Silverstone hasn't been nice to him in the past, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video, interestingly enough, this week. So Charles and Max, obviously, it's been talked about plenty of times. They have a similar driving style or almost the same.
Yeah.
The late braking into the corners, which is the trademark for Max and Charles.
Yeah.
Because the battery dies so early in these regs, they don't have the opportunity to do that as often.
Yeah.
Which, I still don't think Red Bull has the best engine, but that can kind of explain how Red Bull made that sudden jump this week. If they have a strong enough ice that at least the battery will last till Max got to the corners, he has the opportunity to do like he did against Lewis where he made the pass.
Yeah.
I can still do that. Charles, since the Ferrari battery is so bad right now, that's apparently the weakness of the engine still is the battery. I just think Charles doesn't have a chance with his driving style, and Lewis is a lot more. He can adapt to cars a lot easier because Charles has been in this Ferrari his entire career. But man, I agree with Mark. It is a mental thing for him too. It's just I don't want to call it the Daniel Ricciardo kind of stuff, but kind of like what Daniel Ricciardo went through with Lando, where he's like, "Oh, I've never been challenged. I've always been either top dog or I've left to go somewhere to be a top dog."
Yeah,
in Daniel's option.
And I think we mentioned a couple weeks ago when we talked about this, it's Lewis is obviously adapting to these new regs and these new cars a lot better. So when Ferrari does have the performance, Charles is easily getting outperformed by his teammate, and that probably doesn't do anything to help his mental. When he is towards the top or has a possible pole, the FIA decides to make questionable calls and give George Russell a pole. I
was talking with Mark about that, to be honest.
I mean,
that was a blessing in disguise for Charles.
Yeah.
Because all you would have seen was that stat now pushed up to 28 pole positions and 7 wins.
True.
Charles doesn't need any more of that stat coming up anymore. So
you want to go fucking band for band? Let's pull up Lando stats when he's fucking pole. Let's see how you like it.
That's the only thing where it's Charles could not have done
What are you gonna say? Oh, Lando has a championship. I don't care.
The thing is, I don't even fault George on that because he did what the rules allow him to do.
But God forbid a Max Verstappen or Charles Leclerc do it.
What do you mean?
If
they would have done that? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm like, what do you mean? No, yeah, I agree. I think the call came down to it was supposed to be a double yellow, and it wasn't.
And
it should have been a double yellow or a red flag because that's a high-speed corner, and a lot of people said it online, and a lot of people brought up a good point. If another car does exactly what Max did right there, Max is sitting in that car still. And not to bring it up as a proving point. But somebody had said that, and I was reading the comments, and someone said 2 words: Jules Bianchi.
Yeah.
It's a little bit far-fetched for that to happen again? Yeah, probably. But it is a possibility. So it is a very questionable call by the FIA to not double yellow it at the very least.
And it's like you can always make up the excuse like, oh, what, like it didn't happen. It's so far fetched, but shit like that has happened before.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want to like seem like coming off that I'm it's because Charles didn't get a podium, it's because we didn't get forward. But genuinely, there are safety concerns that need to be they need to be held accountable.
FIA's number one thing right now is safety. I mean, we've seen and safety has worked. I mean, a lot of the new stuff that they brought in for safety has proven why it's been the halo. We've seen how many times, come in handy. That's not very old. Most new fans might think that's been around forever, but that's fairly new still.
Max has been in the sport longer than the Halo's been in the sport.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's definitely a questionable call. It didn't affect me none because that was my driver in the wall, right? But if I can't, so I don't have the argument where my driver would have got pole if they made that call. But it's a safety concern, and it's a questionable call from the FIA. But we've said it once, and we've said it 1,000 times. The only consistency in the FIA is the inconsistency.
Yeah,
that's the problem with not having permanent stewards.
Yeah, and race directors.
You have it bouncing race to race where this issue comes up all the time now.
And hey, guess what? There's no more term limits. FIA has their dictator, so is what it is.
They're set, man.
Yeah, they're set. I don't think anything changes, unfortunately. But outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see if Charles can bounce back. I mean, we're 4 weeks out from the summer break. I'm sure nobody's probably looking forward to it more than him. So hopefully Ferrari can find something. Hopefully they can do something. Just at least one. It takes one race to get him back into it. I think mentally we've seen that.
And like we were saying before, with these cars, it's very track favorable.
Yeah.
It's been like that in the past, but especially with these new regs, what we've seen so far. And so, obviously it wasn't good this last race, but you don't know what we're going to see Silverstone, especially with the upgrades.
Yeah.
And, look with Cadillac. I mean, they brought the upgrades and they immediately died going into practice. So, I mean, we don't know what's going on with them. We saw how good Red Bull was here. We don't know what the track did to their, if it made them worse, if it made them better. So, who knows? The McLarens were there to fight a little bit too. So, who knows, man? I'm just looking forward to the next race.
It was behind Max and the Mercedes. It was Red Bull versus McLaren there. I mean, not Red Bull versus Ferrari versus McLaren there. So that'll be interesting to see. Like you said, outside of Mercedes, every other team has seemed like they perform well at one track and then turn around and go 2 steps backwards at the next.
We saw that cool clip of both the McLarens coming.
Coming
Kimi,
in. Yeah,
with the drone shot. The drone shot was
the drone shots were, especially during the Max and Lewis battles, where a lot of people didn't like them.
I can kind of understand it because sometimes they would time it wrong.
Yeah, and they were. Going into those apexes, you were getting a lot of the gravel versus a lot of the. But I mean, it's somebody driving a drone, but it's still like it felt like very like F1 movie.
Yeah,
like type filming. I don't know. I loved it, but then again, I was watching 2 of my favorite, or my favorite driver go against one of his rivals. Like it's one of my favorite battles to watch. So it was fun to watch regardless. Speaking of. I don't know. I hate the question, but I feel like we have to ask it because it's been a topic since this weekend. Obviously, Max P2 on the podium, his second podium of the year, his highest finish of the season. At the Red Bull Ring, I mean, he's won that fucking race 5 times in his career already. He was probably on track for a 6th, barring a somewhat questionable strategy call. I know they brought him in probably 2 or 3 laps too late.
Yep.
I think if they bring him in 2 or 3 laps earlier, maybe he catches, he gets that sweet spot on the tire offset, and maybe he catches George. I think we were still going to run out of laps before we really got that battle, but it was a questionable call to keep him out that long. Now, with that being said, seeing how well the Red Bull performance, everybody is asking now, is Max back? He's still like 98 points off the championship lead. There's 14 races left. Obviously, we saw what he did last year, so it's not far-fetched to say he could come back. if the car is there. But is this just a one-off like we were talking about, or do we think Red Bull might actually have something and Max could be in this fight?
I mean, yeah, it was a good weekend for Max, being there at Red Bull Ring. But I mean, I'm not going to say he's back and he's going to win the championship.
Yeah, I think for me, I need to see at least him perform that way in the next 2 or 3 races. Like, give me a repeat in Silverstone, give me a repeat in Spa, and then I'll be like, all right, we might be onto something here,
Yeah, I've always said it. Max is Max. He's going to bring out whatever he can out of whatever car he's in. So, yeah, I think we'll get a few more races like this from Max, but I don't think we're going to be looking at, constant, up there trying to win. But, yeah, anything can happen, but I don't think Max is going to be fighting for the title at, the end of the year.
Yeah.
Going back to the engine regulation stuff. So I think Red Bull's going to do good the next 2 races, but then it's the afterwards part. Like when we get to Baku, Hungary, some of those races where
those fall races, after summer break.
Yeah. Well, no, Hungary's right before summer break, but the thing is you want to look out for is the slower speed circuits. Cause the main thing I've heard consistently is Red Bull is good at high-speed circuits with long straights. If they have a long straight, Red Bull can do great there. You've got that at Silverstone, and obviously you've got that at Spa. But after those 2 tracks, you really don't have that besides, you'll do great at the straights at Baku. Yeah, but then once you get to the corners...
Yeah, because after Spa, I think we have a week off. We have Hungary, and then we go into summer break. And right after summer break, we come into Zandvoort.
Yes. I think Max... I'm not going to say he could challenge for a title, but I think he can muck up this title race a lot more than what people think. And
he can definitely throw a wrench in the plans of Mercedes for sure.
And it's not like he's done bad, but I think everybody's going to keep it a buck with it. Like Kimi, we were talking about the European part of the circuit is not his strongest part. And it's not exactly going against those things that were true to numbers previously we were talking about. He has been not struggling, but not as good as he was previously.
He looked fast, and I think it was safe to say he was faster than George and probably that second part of that race.
Yeah.
He was just too far back to catch up at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing that happened with Max is, the tire offset got there. He was just too far back to catch up, ran out of laps. And like we talked about before we jumped on to record, I mean, if that race is 5 laps longer, we probably get a 3-way fight for the win between George, Max, and Kimi.
Yeah.
And it would have been cinema for me, but we don't know, I think Kimi definitely needs a strong weekend in Silverstone just to, keep his confidence up. Because, he was on the podium and he looked fast, but it's not a race win. And it's only George's second win of the season, but he's only 40 points off the championship lead. This middle stint going into the summer break, I feel like is gonna, if Kimi doesn't keep his lead or even grow it, things will get really dicey coming out of the summer break into Zandvoort.
Yeah, and you're not even factoring in. I mean, Lewis at that point, we don't know what Lewis or Ferrari can do.
As long as Ferrari gives him more weekends, in not Canada, Barcelona, then I mean he's right there. He's not far out.
Yeah.
I think for me, with the biggest green light, I guess, towards Red Bull performance, and like I said, I need to see more weekends performing like that, is Hadjar. Seeing him finish P6 and seeing him overtaking some of the McLarens and the Ferraris, it looked good. We know Hadjar's got the pace and we know Hadjar's got the skill. If they can give him a car, I mean, you put Max up towards the front fighting for podium spots or even a win, and you got Hadjar right behind him. Yeah, it could get fun for
what we've seen so far. For what Red Bull has put out there, Hadjar has done well.
Yeah,
he is fighting that second seat curse, and he's winning so far.
He's winning. I saw something that he did an interview, I think just this past week, and he talked about being Max's teammate, and he talked about how Max is there for whatever he needs. He's like, obviously, I don't have much to offer Max Verstappen, but he's like, any advice or anything? He's like, I'm just doing what I can in the car to get the performance out. He's like, I don't expect to be as fast as Max, but I know I need to be close. He said, so I'm pushing, and I've pushed too hard and made mistakes, but then I learned from those, and I'm like, okay, this is what I can do to even get within a 10th or less of Max. And as long as I'm there, I know I'm good.
Yeah.
He's like, because Max is going to be where Max is at. If I'm even remotely close to him, I know I'm good. And I love that mentality from him because he still is only in his second year. And he knows what he has. It's 4-time world champion as your partner, right? Like, you know, it's going to be hard to perform the way he does. But if I'm right there with them, at least within, you know, I know I'm good. And that I feel like that's going to set him up for success the rest of this season and even in the future of his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Hadjar has not been doing bad. And I mean, he's actually made some really great passes throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's like the growing pains of being at the top team now.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
you're
what
just
it
going
is,
through that. I mean, this week he passed up Gasly in the standings for 8th. So, I mean, he's right behind Max in the standings. That's all Red Bull has wanted for multiple years, just a driver to go that. Now,
exactly.
The problem is he cannot get caught in the same curse that every single F1 like Red Bull driver has gone through, where first year seems to go good for them. Checo went exactly through this. First year is good, keeping up. I'm right behind Max, doing a great job. That's the next part where he needs to be careful for. It's like, but then that next step, can I keep up with him? Oh, shoot. Now here we go. And that's where Checo fell into it. That's where a bunch of drivers have fallen into that curse at Red Bull.
Yeah.
Like,
and like I said, that's why I like hearing what he said is I feel like he's got the mentality where he's going to avoid that. Just that.
Yeah.
He's going to avoid falling into that spiral that is the Red Bull second seat because he knows I'm probably not going to be better than Max. I'm probably not going to be as fast as him. If I out-qualify him, you know, a couple races like he has, so be it. Maybe I can get the best of him in a race or two, but as long as I'm right there behind him, I'm good. And I loved hearing that from him because he knows. And fuck, all these rumors we've been hearing, who knows? Maybe it's Hadjar's team next year.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we don't know what's going to happen because we keep hearing the rumors. Now it's not even Max to Mercedes, it's Max to McLaren. And the rumor was apparently his management team was the one that initiated the conversations with Zach Brown.
I hated that statement that his team put out, by the way.
I didn't even read the full thing. I just read that they were like, that's not true. We're not doing this. Yes, I mean, obviously we know they're not happy with Red Bull right now, but they're giving Red Bull a fair chance. They're saying, hey, this is where we need to be probably by summer break. And if not, then we are going to explore these. Yeah. And I wouldn't doubt that there is probably somebody in there like pushing out these little things like just to keep Red Bull on their toes, or even like somebody from McLaren saying, hey, by the way, I seen some shit. Red Bull, you might be ready. You know what I mean? It could come from either way and you don't know, but it's safe to say that due to the fact that he hasn't come out and specifically said, no, I am racing for Red Bull next year, it's going to be in the air until he does say so, or he says otherwise.
We are back in this vortex.
We're in the vortex. I mean, it's like
the Max leaving vortex. I'm tired of it at this point. Brother, either leave or go to a new team or say that you're staying at this point. I don't care. I mean, we're in the NBA offseason. LeBron has announced that he's leaving the Lakers. I have a feeling it's going to go the exact same way. He's going to drag this shit out until the fucking end of the season. Brother, just you have to make a decision, or you have to come out and say, like, I'm focused on this year and this team right now. So don't even come at me with this shit about McLaren or Mercedes. You need to make a statement. You need to come out and you need to say something. I don't think
he will, though. I think because...
No, why would he?
Well, one, why would he? But two, like, he's already said he wants to see what the upgrades do. Upgrades seemed like they were working in Austria, but obviously we want to see what they can do leading up to the summer break. If they keep working, we might hear something in Zandvoort. It's his home race. It's the last time Zandvoort's going to be on the calendar for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
And I mean, if there's any better place for him to announce either that he's staying or making a jump, then it's probably there. It'll give Red Bull to the summer break to either fix the car or not, and give his team over the summer break time to discuss with McLaren or Mercedes or wherever the fuck he decides to go. I don't hate the McLaren move only because he'd be following GP. And it's safe to say Oscar Piastri has always wanted to race for Red Bull. They could do a quick driver swap. Obviously, McLaren's going to be paying a lot more money than Red Bull would be, but hey, we never know.
So the statement, before we move on, the statement was... It gave me such Giannis vibes. That's why I was glad we brought up about like extending the saga out, because pretty much his team put out the statement saying, you know, Max is a great driver, but you know, he wasn't a driver born to be in the midfield.
Yeah.
And I'm like, That's not a midfield team right now. First off, it's like the same thing when Giannis was like, "I want to win a championship now," and I'm like, "You hired Doc Rivers."
It's not a midfield team now, but when we were at the beginning of the season, they were fighting. He was fighting Haas and Alpine. So
it's but it's like you're Red Bull.
Like
y'all know
Gasly next to him. He's like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
He looked on one side, saw Ollie Beerman, looked on the other, saw Gasly, and was like, "Yeah, we might need to change some shit."
It's like. This is going to extend out all summer long. I can already know. Red Bull.
Yeah,
this is the part.
I don't expect like I said, it's gonna go through the summer, and that's why we're not gonna talk about it a lot. I have to bring it up because the McLaren stuff is new. Past this, I probably won't bring it up again because even as a Max fan, it's like, bro, we all know nothing's coming. At the earliest, something comes in Zandvoort. Nothing's coming before then. There's no sense in dragging it on in conversation because. It's not happening until Zandvoort at the earliest.
We've talked about it before, man. It's got to be hard to be an employee at that team. There's so much uncertainty every single year you work for that team.
Yeah, especially these last few.
It has to be so hard to keep morale up, knowing you thought you got past this part. You got Max all the way up to second last year.
Yeah,
new regs, new fresh start, and now we're back at point A all over again. Now, man, it's so mucked up. Man.
It is definitely. For your average employee in the out Milton Keys, you're like, here we fucking go again,
right?
But I don't know, man. It's like it's.
I don't blame Max for looking for a car.
Yeah,
I just get annoyed that, like I said, that we're going through this all over again.
Yeah, and like I said, I would hate to be your average engineer at Milton Keys.
Yeah.
Like fuck, man, we're doing this again. I thought he was happy. We got him the car. Now we don't have a car. Okay, well now just give us a chance. We can fix it. But at the same time, everybody talks about the loyalty, but Max's team is gone, bro. Everybody he won a championship with in 2021 is gone. The last remaining people on the team was GP. You got Hannah Schmidt, and that's about it.
He who shall not be named is still there. I'm telling you, he's still there somewhere. He's still there in the back.
In the shadows. He's in a cave underneath Milton Keys, underneath the wind tunnel, just his evil lair.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Pierre's. Speaking of Pierre, unfortunately, his streak was broken this week. I had to mention that just because that is your guy.
I understand.
It is. I don't expect it to stay that way. I feel like Alpine is still best of the rest. It's them and Racing Bulls. I mean, Racing Bulls got another double point finish.
Yeah. Yep.
So shout out Liam and shout out Arvid. They're driving the Racing Bulls to the best of their ability, best of its ability, I'd say. I don't expect the Racing Bulls expect much more from them, even if Liam is in the hot seat, unfortunately.
No, I think Gasly gave. I mean, I didn't expect the streak to continue throughout the whole season, obviously, but Gasly has
finished
P. He finished P13. He finished P13. The Audis beat Alpine this week, both of them, which was probably the more surprising thing.
Yeah.
Alpine as a whole, it seems like they're very set up, ironically, very similarly to a Ferrari, even though they got the Mercedes engines. They don't do great on long straights. Gasly has been driving the hell out of that car anytime he can. Colapinto has been a little disappointing ever since about Miami. I want to say he had a great first couple races, but then it's gone down.
Yeah, when Pierre was, I think Pierre had those two. He had that one where he got taken out.
Yeah, in Miami. Yeah,
in Miami, and even then, Franco was like, "All right, I'll step up and score points."
Yeah,
but since then, like you said, it's
been really quiet, except for Flavio. Flavio has not been quiet. Flavio has been trying everything he can to get anybody.
How can you and I think here's part of it too, is Franco's struggling, but I don't blame him when you have a car that's not the best. Obviously it's up there in the top of the midfield, but he's obviously not as skilled as some of the drivers, but also your interim team principal is out here just talking mad shit behind your back. Not even behind your back. He's saying it to the media. He's saying it out loud.
Nah, he's saying it with the chest.
Yeah, what do you what the fuck do you want from me? If I'm him, I'm gonna keep driving because this is what my dream as a kid, right? I want to be an F1 driver, but I know he don't like me. I don't like him. I'm gonna give him whatever the fuck he gets this weekend. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drive it to my best ability. Hopefully I can there's a crazy crash up front. I get a podium or finishing points, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah.
It's been said that Flavio like really likes Gasly, even though he doesn't really talk about him much. Which I guess
but I guess
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
like if you're not hearing anything from Flavio, I guess that's a good thing.
Good news.
So like the thing is, I was thinking about this after the race. I feel like Pierre's in the same situation when he was with Racing Bulls, kind of, in which Flavio respects him so much that he's using him as like, all right, if you're not faster than Gasly, which I know is like a pretty good driver, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah.
Like he wants somebody to come in and beat Gasly, but Gasly's like, I'm just gonna keep winning. I'm just gonna keep beating them, dude. Bring in some better people. So like, that's the hard part for like Franco. It's that he knows Gasly's a top 10 driver, but he's like, I need you to be right behind him or like in front of him, and he's not done that yet since Miami. So that's the frustrating part with Franco. And I mean, you can't say he hadn't had a lot of opportunities. He's been with 2 separate teams. He's had 3 years now straight. Like, it's either put up or shut up time for him now, because I don't think they're going to make a change mid-season, because that money from Argentina is going to be too spicy for them to drop.
He'll get through the end of the season for sure.
But I think at the end of the year, Fernando, somebody's coming along.
I think if there's any driver we see leave before the season's over, it's going to be Ocon. But even then, I don't think he...
That's another driver. That whole team, I do not know what happened to that team, dog.
Hey, Ollie Behrman's gonna keep doing his thing, and hopefully he gets a top team seat in the future.
Please,
we go from there.
Gasly won the war, by the way. Ocon, I'm just saying, right?
He did. I'll give him that. He did. So Austria came and went. Whatever. Yeah. It was a snoozer. Goodbye. We got some excitement, but it's Silverstone this week. We talked about it. We want to see what these cars can do. Obviously. Can Red Bull keep up the performance? Is Mercedes is probably going to keep dominating. Where the fuck is Ferrari going to be is the question. Is McLaren going to be there? I mean, we know McLaren's going to look good at the very least.
Yeah.
Yep.
So going into Silverstone, the British Grand Prix, McLaren has a special livery. Williams has a special livery. Those are the only ones we've announced so far. That have been announced so far. It's Great Britain. It's British bias. The sport loves... That country loves the sport. That country... I mean,
it's a quarter of the grid.
Yeah, it's a quarter of the grid. We expect a lot out of the teams and the drivers. There's probably going to be countless special helmets that come out of this weekend. We've seen the special race suits and the special livery from McLaren. We've seen the special livery from Williams, and Lewis is already teasing something. This is a huge race for Lewis. I mean, seeing him win it in 2024 was
amazing.
Yeah, cinema. That was a great race. A great win to see. I would like to see him fight for the win again, just because it is his home race. But
yeah,
does Kimi get his win at home? I mean, not home. Win in Silverstone. Does George get a win at home? Has George won at home yet? He hasn't, right? He hasn't won Silverstone.
No. He hasn't won at home.
I think if anybody's got if this was ever a chance for him to get his first home race win, it's going to be this weekend.
Be the only time I wouldn't be too horribly mad to see a George win.
Yeah,
being honest.
What do we expect? It is a sprint weekend, so what are we thinking behind Mercedes? Who do we think is going to be up front?
Man, it's tough after we saw what we saw this last weekend. We really don't know what some of these teams, like with the Ferrari, a Cadillac, or McLaren, how they're going to react, or like I said, a Red Bull. So it's going to be tough to predict, but I'm just hoping we get a good race at this point, and the Ferrari is somehow in front.
I think we're going to be seeing the biggest test for the cars for the new regulations that we've seen. From what I keep hearing,
yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah,
this and Monza are the two tracks where everybody's like,
these batteries
are going to be tested to their limits. I think you're going to see some racing that's going to be more reminiscent to the beginning of the year, like a little bit more of the going back and forth. I think you're going to see a little bit more of the yo-yo effect. It's just going to come down to battery management. If Ferrari's got to find some ways if they can save tires better, something along those lines. And then also, I haven't seen a weather report, but temperature is going to be an issue. I know they've got a heat wave going across, but also if you can get that Mercedes anywhere close to anybody, you gave yourself a chance. So
yeah, and especially where the battery is going to be struggling. That was what I was going to ask you next is, could we see some DNFs out of those Mercedes engines? Whether it be with Mercedes himself, McLaren. Well, I mean, Williams is nowhere to be found, unfortunately.
They are one of those teams that has upgrades coming. So I feel like it can't hurt the team, obviously. I do think we're going to see some surprises. I think we'll see some surprises at the bottom of the top 10 this week. But overall, I think you're going to see a little bit of a shakeup more this week than you have at other races. But I don't think it's going to be indicative of like the whole rest of the season. No?
Yeah.
So it looks like here's going to be perfect weather at Silverstone for the race. So
good.
Looks like that won't be a problem for any of the teams.
Yeah, it'll be a little warm, but nothing.
50% humidity is, I don't know if that's high over there, but for us, that sounds great.
So yeah, I mean, I want to see what, because there was right after the race in Austria, somebody asked Max what he expects from Silverstone, and he's like, I've already driven it on the simulator a couple times. He just laughed. He's like, I don't expect a great race.
He said he didn't even recognize driving. He's like, I have to drive it completely different.
Yeah. So that makes me wonder, how much is he going to struggle? How much is Charles going to struggle again? Gives you hope for Lewis, who's adapted well to these things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's going to be a weird shakeup. Like you said, like Ivan said, just a shakeup.
F1 shared a stat. I'm looking at the page right now. Man, drivers at their home races this year have not done good at all. I know there's 5 Brits out there right this week, so somebody's got to break the curse. But like the highest finish for a driver at their home race this year is Carlos Sainz in P12 in Spain. Like we've had Piastri's at a home race, Stroll's at a home race, Charles is at a home race, and Fernando. They all DNF'd.
Well, I feel like more likely than
now
not.
Imagine all of all 5 of the Brits DNF. And it's just chaos. Have you seen the graphic curse that's going around?
Yes,
online?
I've seen that.
Every time they post the graphic and the drivers on the graphic for the race, it's racing, those drivers have been DNFing, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
Could you imagine all 5 of the Brits DNF?
If that happens, I'm fucking buy a lottery ticket at this
They're gonna
right.
they're gonna have empty grandstands at the end of the race.
Everybody's just gonna go home.
The Lando stands are just gonna be empty. Like, God.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing Mark and I were talking about. We went after last year with Lando's title fight, and now with Lewis's like resurgence. I'm gonna love to see how much the split between Lando and Hamilton fans is differed in a year. Because I remember last year it was like pretty much a Lando party there last year.
It was all papaya.
Papaya, but
I know they're trying to run it back this year, but I need like a Lewis stand just wanka. Like I need y'all to lock in.
I have a feeling you're gonna see a return from those Mercedes fans that were like hanging around Mercedes still because they were like, well, Lewis went to Ferrari. It's a new season, and then Lewis got his first win now. You're going to see a lot more red in Silverstone than you would have previously seen.
I think we see a lot more red this year than we did last year. A lot.
So they should just go with a red and white theme Ferrari for the whole weekend because of the England and World Cup stuff too. So go with that and you'll win the stands.
Why not? I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
No.
Do we have any other thoughts on the British Grand Prix, Silverstone? Anything, or do we want to jump into it?
Oh yeah, I ain't got no choice. We just gotta jump into it.
You want to jump into it? All right.
Yep.
So, man, I don't have the updated scores, but we'll get you the updated scores for sure next week. But Mark and Ivan both got a point on our last predictions.
I got a point?
You got a point on third. I think you had Kimi P3.
Yeah.
Oh.
You had Kimi P3, and you had the Ferraris the Ferraris in 1-2.
Yeah.
So you got a point off third place.
Hey, let's go.
He got a point off getting George correctly on pole.
I thought for sure
I got
I was
nothing
getting
this
no
week.
points. Damn.
I got 0 zilch nada this week.
You're
Still in the lead, but I need some points this week. So, without further ado, our British Grand Prix predictions.
Yes.
Drum roll. Mark,
why me?
who do you got on pole?
I'm already going through enough.
We're going through pole, and then we're gonna go through our podiums. Who do you got on pole, Mark?
I don't know. I have an interesting podium in mind that I think I want to run, just for the gits and shiggles. But with pole, I'm gonna go with George Russell.
Okay. Ivan?
Pole position for me. I think Kimi gets his revenge. I think Kimi takes pole position.
Okay.
Like Mark said, I have an interesting podium though, so I don't know if Kimi's gonna stay in first.
Okay. I have George going on pole. I think it's his home race. It's a strong car. He had a good weekend last weekend. I don't see why, other than the home race curse, I don't see why he couldn't get pole. Very well could be a Kimi bounce back, but I'll give this one to George. Like I said, Silverstone. Like if there's ever, like I said, if there was ever going to be a year where he won a race at home and took pole at home, it's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Namina?
Your podium.
In third place, we're going Lando Norris.
Okay.
In second place, we're going George Russell. And in first place, we're going Lewis Hamilton with this 10th win at Silverstone. We're going to get the all-British podium at Silverstone.
All-British podium back
Fuck,
again.
after hearing that stat, let's do it. Let's get it. I'm going to go against the curse. Hopefully
So you have Lewis winning.
His 10th victory at Silverstone.
Okay.
All right. So for my podium, in third place, I'll have Max Verstappen. I think Max is not going to get in the top 3 for qualifying, but he'll find a way to hang around and get a podium still. Second place, this is me just going off the rails, but I got Oscar Piastri in second. I actually kind of think McLaren may do a lot better in this circuit, and this has been historically a better circuit for them too.
And he was faster than Lando last week.
Yeah,
So-
he's been faster than Lando in majority of the season still with Lando, with him DNFing still.
Yeah.
So it's been a shock to me. And then in first, I'll have George Russell. I'll have George Russell winning. I don't have Kimi on the podium. I think Kimi either runs into issues or he gets a terrible start.
Okay.
Kimi's had these issues at the beginning of the races. As the race goes longer, he tends to get better, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just don't see. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on in this race.
I mean, even in Austria, he dropped how many places at the start of the race?
Yeah, he dropped a good amount of spots at the start of the race. And I just think that at Silverstone, he'll have the advantage on the straights, but I just think this is going to be a race where chaos is going to happen, even with the dry conditions. I just feel like tires, battery problems are just going to come up. So that's why I just have that wild podium like that.
I mean, look at last year.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. You got the Nico podium.
Yeah, that's true. It was raining.
Yep.
It was raining. I forgot. Bro, some of these races, man, I'm telling you, with my kids' baseball, I'll be watching them on the road or I'm watching them at the ballpark, just like last weekend.
We were a couple events away from having a Lance Stroll podium.
Yeah.
We were a couple of events away from that happening.
I
We
mean,
do not talk about that.
I forgot Nico did get put his first podium a year
What
ago.
happened, and we
I
love
think it was like a
and we
year
will
ago
always
today,
remember it.
right?
Yeah,
To the
a year ago
date.
today.
Yep.
So a year ago to the race, a year ago to the date, Nico was on the podium with his Lego trophy
Yep.
that he broke in half.
Yeah.
My podium. I think I got George winning. Do I got George winning? I'm torn because I really
Don't want George to win?
no.
Yeah, me
I
too,
don't
man.
trust the Mercedes batteries. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
If he gets up there and he's fighting with someone and we're at a track where the batteries are already going to be strained,
Mm.
it's going to be tough. Do I want to give it to Lewis? No, I'll do George winning, Lewis P2, Max P3. I think Red Bull stays up towards the top. This is going to be a track where they could still get some speed. I don't know where Max qualifies, honestly, but I think he can fight up to at least get another podium. Lewis is going to do what he does. I think the home field advantage, the home field boost in confidence and motivation should help him. And then, like I said, if there was ever a year where George wins at his home race, it's going to be this year. I don't like Kimi starts. Like Ivan said, even if he does catch up, I don't like his starts. And McLaren has had more reliability issues out of those Mercedes engines than any other team on the grid outside of maybe Williams.
Yeah.
I would love to see Oscar up on the podium because he has been faster than Lando this year, I think. And it could be a track that favors McLaren, but the reliability, I think, is just what's keeping me from putting a McLaren on the podium. So I got George winning, Lewis P2, Max P3. Hopefully we get another Max versus Lewis battle that stays clean and it's fun to watch.
Get flashbacks to 2021 here at this track.
You know that meme where it's like the war in the background, black and white. That's literally every time I see them go at it. Any last thoughts, boys, going into the British Grand Prix, coming out of the Austrian Grand Prix?
No.
Any other business? Any other thoughts?
No. Charles lock in.
Yeah. I was gonna say, shout out Space City Racing Club for having us out this weekend, man.
Yeah, we've been going to those watch parties. They've been fun. We got something that's in the works right now. We won't give out the details just yet, but the details will be coming out soon. We got something in the works with them at Space City Racing Club. So shout out them and their team. Shout out Social Beer Garden. They've been hosting all the race parties.
Yep.
I didn't personally make it out to the watch party this past weekend, but I know y'all did, and it was a good time. I even won this sweet Red Bull jersey, so shout out to Red Bull.
One of my proudest moments as an F1 fan is walking up in a Gasly jersey and
To
a
win
crowd
it.
full of Red Bull fans saying, "No, I won this Red Bull jersey. Y'all can't have this. This is mine."
I'm leaving here with something.
Right? I'm leaving here with something. I ain't got no points today. I'm leaving with something, dog.
But yeah, so shout out to Space City Race Club and the team. I think you said you'll probably be at the watch party again Sunday. I'll be out of town for 4th of July, so we might not be out there.
Yeah.
But if not,
I think all
for
of us
sure
will
we'll be there.
unfortunately miss it, but
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned for Spa.
Yeah.
Because we got something in the works.
Yep.
Other than that, hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you click that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're this close to 100 subscribers. When we hit 100 subscribers, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I think it'll be real cool too.
I'll shave my. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think I want to do a giveaway. Something small, nothing too crazy. But if we hit 100 subscribers, we'll do something like that. We'll work it out.
Hell yeah.
And we'll do that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're watching the videos. Make sure you're liking, commenting, giving us your predictions, your thoughts on the races. Also follow us on all our other socials at Around the Circuit on Instagram and at Around the Circuit on TikTok, at Around the CCT on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. And stay tuned. We got a lot coming up this season. A few more races before the summer break, and then we'll hit it hard again for the second half.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week. We're out. Peace.
Peace out for Red Bull.